Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of our podcast. In today's episode, we are going to talk about one of the most popular and shocking TV shows of all time, Squid Game. This episode will be more than just a review. It will go deep into the details, secrets, and hidden messages inside the show. It will also explore the characters, their desires, their decisions, and the rich people who control the game. This is not only a podcast for entertainment lovers. It's also a great opportunity to practice your English listening and vocabulary. This episode is designed for English learners at the B1 to B2 level. And it uses clear and simple English so that you can learn while enjoying the story. So, if you love TV shows and you want to improve your English, this episode is for you. Let's get started. Squid Game begins with a clear message: life can be cruel when you have no money. The main character, Song Jae-hun, is a man who has lost almost everything. He has no job, he is in deep debt, and his family is falling apart. He represents many people in real life who feel lost, hopeless, and desperate. In the first episode, we see him trying to survive. He borrows money, he lies, he gambles. He even steals from his mother to buy a birthday gift for his daughter. These actions show how far a person can go when they feel there is no way out. The show does not judge him. Instead, it shows us his pain. And this pain is something many people around the world understand. Soon, Jae-hun receives a mysterious offer. A man in a suit gives him a card and promises that he can earn a lot of money if he plays a simple game. The man does not explain much. He only says, if you win, you get money. If you lose, you don't. At this point, Jae-hun agrees without knowing what the game really is. Why? Because he is desperate. He feels like life outside the game is already a game he is losing. This part of the series teaches us something important: when people are desperate, they make risky choices. And the show uses this idea to build the foundation of the story. Players arrive at the game facility, everything looks strange. The walls are pink, the guards wear masks, and no one is allowed to speak freely. All the players wear the same clothes with numbers on them. They are not called by name anymore, just numbers. This makes them feel small and unimportant. It also shows that the game does not care who they are. The game only sees them as part of a system. The first game is called Red Light, Green Light. At first, it seems fun and innocent, like a children's game. But very quickly, the players discover the truth. Anyone who moves during the red light is killed. This is the moment when the tone of the show changes completely. Suddenly, it is no longer a game, it is a fight for survival. The fear and confusion are clear in the eyes of the players. Many try to escape, but they are all shot. It is brutal and shocking. But the show wants us to feel this way. It wants us to understand that this is not entertainment, this is about life and death. After the game ends, the players are allowed to vote. They can choose to leave the game if most of them agree. And surprisingly, they choose to leave. This is another key message: people do not want to die for money. But then, in the next episodes, many of them return. Why? Because life outside the game is also full of pain, debt, and hopelessness. Inside the game, at least they have a chance to win. This contrast shows a dark truth. Some people would rather risk death than continue living in misery. The game is cruel, but the real world is often just as cruel. As the players return to the game, something becomes clear. This is not just a game of survival, it is a system of control. Everything inside the game is designed to make the players feel small, scared, and watched. The guards wear red uniforms and masks, and they never speak without permission. Their faces are hidden, and their actions are cold. They follow orders without emotion. This creates a feeling of fear. The players do not know who is behind the game. They do not understand the rules completely. They are always confused, always nervous. The design of the game is psychological. It breaks people from the inside, not just the outside. But there is another layer, the rich people who created the game. Later in the series, we discover that a group of extremely wealthy individuals are watching everything. For them, the game is just entertainment. They laugh, drink, and place bets on the players' lives. To them, human life has no value. It is like a sport, a show. This is one of the most disturbing parts of the series. It shows the dark side of extreme wealth. These rich people are bored. They have everything. So they look for new ways to feel excitement. Even if it means watching others suffer and die. They see the players not as humans, but as toys. The game becomes a symbol of society. The rich create the rules and the poor must fight to survive. There is no fairness. No justice, only control and entertainment for those at the top. Each player in the game has a story. They are not just random people. They all have reasons for joining. They all carry pain, secrets, and dreams. This is what makes the show powerful. It reminds us that behind every number, there is a life. There is a player from Pakistan who joined the game because he was treated unfairly at work. He is kind, honest, and loyal. There is a young woman from North Korea who escaped to save her family. She is strong, quiet, and careful. There is also a childhood friend of Jiahan who was once successful, but now hides his failures. Each of these characters represents a different kind of struggle. As the game continues, the players begin to change. Some become more selfish. Others try to protect their friends. But the game does something terrible. It forces people to choose between trust and survival. In one game, players must form teams of two, thinking they will play together. But in the end, they must fight against each other. This twist breaks many hearts. In this part of the show, we see one of the most important messages in a system designed to make people compete. Even good people can turn against each other. The game doesn't just test your strength. It tests your soul. Some players die with dignity. Others betray their closest friends. The game is cruel not only because of the rules, but because it destroys human connections. It turns people into tools. And yet, we still see moments of kindness. A few players choose to sacrifice themselves to save others. These moments are small, but they are powerful. They remind us that even in the darkest places, there is still light. As the games continue, we begin to notice the presence of someone very important, the man in the black mask. He is not one of the guards, but he is clearly their boss. He watches everything from behind a screen. He gives orders and controls what happens. But his identity is a secret. No one knows who he really is or why he is running the game. This man in black is not like the rich VIPs who come later. He is quiet, serious, and focused. He doesn't seem interested in luxury or fun. He is a mystery, cold, powerful, and always in control. His role shows another part of the system. There is always someone who gives the orders but stays hidden. Later, we discover something shocking. This masked leader is the brother of a police officer who secretly enters the game center. The police officer is trying to find him because he disappeared years ago. But the truth is heartbreaking. The brother did not disappear. He became part of the system. He went from being an ordinary man to being the manager of death. This twist adds a painful truth. Sometimes, people who were once victims can become part of the machine that hurts others. Not all evil comes from the outside. Sometimes it grows slowly inside people who give up on their morals. This part of the show shows how power can change a person. When someone feels that rules don't work anymore, they might choose to control others instead of helping them. Headphone Part 6: The Glass Bridge. Luck, Strategy, and Sacrifice. One of the most intense games in the show is the Glass Bridge. In this challenge, players must walk across a bridge made of glass panels. Some panels are strong and can hold a person's weight. Others are weak and will break. The players cannot tell the difference, they must guess, jump, and hope they land on a safe one. This game is not only about physical strength, it is about luck. No skill can help you here. The person who goes first has the worst chance of survival. They are like a test subject. If they fall, others learn from their mistake. But the person at the back can watch, calculate, and have a better chance to survive. Watching and thinking deeply about Squid Game. I believe it is more than just a violent show. It is a story about life, pain, and the choices people make when they feel they have no hope. It shows us the problems in society, the gap between rich and poor, the pressure of debt, and how people can lose their humanity when the system is unfair. The show made me ask a very hard question. Are we already playing a Squid Game in real life? Maybe the games are not about life and death. But many people are still struggling every day just to survive. Some work too much. Some live in fear. Some feel invisible, just like the players in the show. Now, I want to ask you something. White right pointing backhand index, what do you think about this show? White right pointing backhand index, do you believe that there are real life games like this, where the poor suffer while the rich watch and enjoy? White right pointing backhand index, would you ever take the risk, like the characters did? If your life was falling apart, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I would really love to hear what you think. And if you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Speech Balloon. Your support helps me make more episodes like this one. Explosion symbol if this video gets enough love. I will definitely make a part 2 where we explore even more secrets, symbols, and messages hidden inside Squid Game. So stay tuned, and thank you so much for listening.